Hello, my name is Thomas Miller, and I'm going to talk to you today about how college football has evolved from the beginning of its playing days up until now. And we'll cover four main points. Those include how fans impact the game each Saturday with their passion for the game and the teams that they support, um, how the game has become safer up until now with all the different equipment and technology available for the players, how the game has become more physical with the much better athletes that are playing the game today, and how much stronger and stuff like that, along with coaching salaries and how much they make more now today than they did ever before. So, starting off, we're going to be talking about the safety of the game and how much safer the game is. So, first, we're going to speak on the equipment. So at big schools, such as schools like the University of Texas, have implemented things in their helmets, sensors. And so if a player takes a big hit, it's going to relay a meter over to the trainers, and they'll be able to read that and see if they need to be checked out or anything like that. Um, Next is film is available right on the sideline as soon as the team comes off, and that can help in the safety aspect of it. If a player got hurt or took a big hit or anything like that, the trainers can go over and check that film out and see what might have happened or where they need to go to assess the injury. Um, Next is the Princeton. A student from Princeton University, 8 years after the first game, created some shoulder pads, and that was wanting to have some sort of upper body protection because up until the time, all they had was helmets, but they wanted to continue to add on padding and protection to the players. Next, we'll move on to the physicality of the game. As we all know, it's a very, very physical game, but now players are bigger and stronger than they've ever been before. So that's why, as we just talked about, they're looking to find more ways to make the game safer. But we're going to talk about three major injuries that are being experienced now and getting worse and worse. The first being CTE. Players are experiencing that now more than ever, and it's leading it's a going on trend, and it's getting worse and worse as players don't have one, they have multiple and multiple. Next is ACL tears. Players are beginning to find that more common. It's been a common injury, but now more than ever, it's also more common. And the bad part about these two injuries is they're not just an injury now; they're long term. As players get older and older, CTE affects their head and their brain, and it can cause damage in there along with your knees. As you get older, your knees won't be as strong anymore, and you're gonna have problems there in walking. Um, and for ligament issues as well, that's another big problem. Shifty players that carry the ball, they're gonna make that injury as they go to cut, roll a foot up or something like that, and tear a ligament, and that's gonna be a long-lasting issue that they're gonna have to deal with as well. The next topic we're going to cover is coaching salaries. So it's these schools that are giving coaches these multi-million-dollar contracts, these big schools. It's very, very different from a long time ago when coaches weren't making very much of anything. But now also schools are having these big donors come into play, and if they might want to coach and they have the donors available, they're going to go and ask for money. And ultimately, when it comes down to it, coaches are only going in for money most of the time. So it's a very big part of the game when it comes down to that. And it becomes very attractive to have all this money available. And so when it comes to fans, how they have an impact in the game, it's because they're giving energy off to the players, and it all circulates. So when the players are getting this energy from the fans, it makes them play even harder, which is why the game's becoming more physical. You have more fans now than you ever had, which makes the players more excited, which makes them play harder, and is why the game is evolving and becoming more physical, which is why again, you're seeing more injuries now too. So the game is just all one big circle, and it's becoming better. So in conclusion, we covered how fans play a big role, the safety precautions that are now in place, how the games become more physical, and how coaches are making more now than ever. So in my opinion, I think the game has evolved for the best, and it's just going to continue to go up and up for for the better. Thank you.